What is up, guys? This is James at copymycrypto.com and Locking the Value, talking to you today about the wonderful world of crypto. So, spreadsheet is updated. We're seeing, Zilliq's on a tear at the moment. But these are the 26 coins I've spoken about on the channel. I have held all of these at one point or another, and I still hold a couple of these. If you'd invested $100 into each one when I did the videos, and still held them, you'd be in profit for 35 grand from a $2,600 investment. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, I only hold a couple of these now. I sold off, put into other projects, compound those gains. Anyone that's a member of Copy My Crypto have seen that in action the last 3 weeks. The first coin that I spoke about 2 weeks ago has trebled, the second one has doubled, and the third one I only spoke about yesterday, but you got to check it out. If you remember and you've not seen it, please get on and look. If you've never been onto Copy My Crypto, go on and have a look. But we are on a real tear, and it's primed to go better and better and better. I'm loving things at the moment, guys, loving it. So right, I'm going to be talking about top 5/7 because I've got a couple bonus ones in there for April. Obviously on Copy My Crypto there's different coins. On Copy My Crypto, they're the main coins that I think are gonna do well in terms of a great portfolio. These are just coins that I think I'm keeping an eye on that I think are going to do well over the month. And quick housekeeping: if someone is commenting is someone putting in the comments, this person helped me turn $100 into 5 Bitcoin or 6 Bitcoin. They seem to be the magic numbers. Don't message these scam artists, yeah? There are also people pretending to be me and putting a WhatsApp number in there. Again, it isn't me. So don't let these scam artists get your money, because that's what these pricks are trying to do, okay? Keep your stuff safe. I am trying to moderate the comments as much as possible, but there's so many now, and it's a constant job, so I can't feasibly get to all of them. So please never ever trust YouTube comments in terms of like WhatsApp, especially when you're seeing bloody WhatsApp. Okay, pissed off rant over. Right, let's get into coins that I think could have a run this month. So first one's PancakeSwap. If you haven't used PancakeSwap, it's immense. The Binance chain, smart chain, is so bloody good, and the fees are so minimal. I really do. I am a fan of the PancakeSwap. I've used it a few times, well, many times over the last year, but a few times recently, and it's smooth. The fees are just, they're like, you don't even care about ATP here and there, 80 cents, whatever it is. And the Binance Smart Chain, I talked about this earlier in the week. Like, I think Binance Smart Chain and Polkadot ecosystem should be looking to have a pretty good run this month. And PancakeSwap will be at the forefront of that. Any new project that's launching on PancakeSwap as well, you know, we're seeing that quite regularly now. I wouldn't be surprised to see a lot more launching, or a lot more being built on Binance chain, because it's minimizing the fees, the speed is better. And PancakeSwap's excellent. I still think there's room for this to run this month. The next one's Polkadot. Right, Polkadot has been teetering around a sort of $40 mark for a while. Like, the best it's done is about 42. Right, it's always sort of hit that resistance level in the last couple of months around that mark, you know. And I think we're primed to go past it. There's parachain auctions on its way, particularly with Kusama. So there is a conversation about, could Kusama outperform Polkadot, and it may well do across the month. We'll see. I prefer Polkadot. I like it as the daddy, is the boss of the, you know. And yeah, I think with all the upcoming parachain auctions, I think we're going to see a lot of people remove Polkadot as staking options potentially, because a lot of people are going to participate in those auctions, so they're going to need their DOT or their Kusama but it increases the amount of trading capital out there. I just think Polkadot's prime for a run. I really, really do. I really, really do. So keeping an eye on that. Elrond, guys, I don't know what happened with Elrond last month. I was certain it was going to go. It's going to go. It's going to go past $200. We're going to see article after article after article over the next 3 week or 2 weeks about Elrond being primed for a 40%. Ah, there we go. I've refreshed and it's up to 166. Right. We're set for it to be primed to start going on a real run. Like a real run. When it breaks past 200, I think its max was 212, 214, right? When it breaks past 200, if it can just hold a day candle above 200, I think we'll be seeing 250. Elrond has one of the biggest ecosystems in crypto, right? There's very few above it that have a bigger ecosystem. It's set. It's set. It's just a waiting game at this point. When do the bulls push this market? But we're starting to see it today. It's had a little bit of a run today. Pretty good run, 16%. I think, and I think 200, 250 is inevitable. I thought it was going to happen last month. This month, I think it's the case. I think we're going to see it. I think we're going to see it. Next one is Uniswap. Right. Uniswap, I fundamentally think Uniswap has to end up having a run this month. Version 3 comes out in May. May the 5th. And I think what we're going to end up seeing with Uniswap is a lot of people sort of buying the rumor there, of the brilliance of version 3. Now, version 3 is going to do a lot for liquidity providers in terms of removing and reducing risk. And that's important anyway. Like, even if you're managing a portfolio, or like how I show what I'm doing on Copy My Crypto, it's about minimizing risk along with maximizing the gains. And minimizing risk is a big thing, and version 3 should do that. Uniswap obviously has glaring issues with regards to the fact that, it can't resolve those gas fees, but and that won't happen with version 3. But there is layer 2 solutions coming for Uniswap, and that should reduce the gas fees. If that happens, then we've got a lot more retail investors that can use Uniswap and be less concerned. But right now, your average bloody swap is costing you about $50 in transaction fees. If you're a retail investor, that's a lot of money, right? If you've only got $1,000, 50%, that's $50. That's 5% of your money. So I get why people are hesitant about Uniswap. But hopefully those layer 2 solutions come, because Uniswap's still the daddy of the DEXs. And I think there may be a bit of a sell-off after the version 3 comes out, but I think we're going to see the next 4 weeks a bit of a run on Uniswap. My gut instinct. Next one, Graph. The Graph. The Graph is now I've got their mainnet, and their partnerships are very good, very, very good. They've got Coinbase as one of their early investors. It was launched effectively on Coinbase. I think we'll see. I don't know. I'm not saying Coinbase are manipulating the market, although we know they got a slap on the wrist for playing around with their figures. But I do think with the partnerships that the Graph have been announcing, you can see it starting to potentially make a run. With the mainnet up, which happened a few days ago now. It looks ready to run. Looks ready to run. And if you look at the all-time high, like that was in February, but that was $2.84. So you're looking at a 50% run, more than, to get back to its all-time high. And I think that's very doable in the current market, in the current upcoming super cycle, which I think is an inevitability. So the Graph will be an interesting one. keeping my eye on that. And they're my 5 big ones. So PancakeSwap, Polkadot, Elrond, Uniswap, the Graph. Now 2 bonus, right? 2 tokens that haven't launched. The first one is AVA Launch, or AVA Launch, however you want to say it, right? AVA Launch. Now, there's no date announced yet, but I do believe it's going to be this month. And this is Launchpad. Launchpads have been doing very well this year. And this is going to be a launchpad on Avalanche. So low fees, good token utility for the actual AVA Launch token. Giving everyone the opportunity effectively to try and get in early on some of these projects, because you know there's big swings if you get in early. Downside, it's being launched on Uniswap, so anything you buy, you're going to be paying a fee. But this is set to come out, I believe, this month, either this month or next month, but I think it's this month, which is why it's in this video. Now, the huge element of this is the fact that it's being it's launching on Avalanche, so that really bodes well in terms of, really minimal fees. I like it. I want to see more. I want to see launch pads that aren't just Ethereum based, because when you're then potentially going to participate in a launch, you could end up paying gas fees, because you've got with any Ethereum blockchain, you're going to pay transaction fees and gas fees, and it can get quite full on. So this has the real potential for that not to happen. The token metrics are very good. Yeah, this is what I'm keeping my eye on. I'm very hesitant about getting in on launches that immediately are on anything like Uniswap, purely on the basis that bots buy up for a very short frame of time. We know that happens. We see it happen. So it's sort of timing it. That's a bit of a bitch, to be honest, in terms of trying to pick out the right time. You don't know when something's going to drop or gain. But yeah, interesting one. Certainly one I'm keeping my eye out on. But yeah, no date yet. And the last one is Artx Trading. Now this launches the 3rd of April, so tomorrow. And there was an IDO which I missed. And I really like Artx as an idea. It's a yield feeding plan. So they basically generate a yield feeding pool, and they use trading strategies and bots to basically make sure the pool makes profit and generates passive income for anyone that's a big holder of this coin. So you've got to have about 10,000 of them. So I'm interested to see what it launches on, because it goes live, I think, on Uniswap tomorrow. So the 3rd of April. But I like it. It's a B2B project. So they're working on helping different projects develop and build their profit margins as well. But they've got yield feeding strategies with USDT that's up and running. They're going to be also getting that sorted for BTC community as well. So I find the whole concept very, very interesting. And they actually sort of break down the risk profiles as well of the yield feeding plans. It's really interesting. I've been reading about this, and I really recommend you actually check it out. But the roadmap, I've just shown you the roadmap. So they've done the token and the pre-sale, I guess. But the token launches tomorrow, right? So yeah, we'll see how that excuse me. We'll see how that goes. But I think this is going to be an interesting one. I'm going to be sitting on Uniswap watching to see, because I'm interested to see the launch price, because 10,000, depending on the launch price, is 10,000 of these, depending on the launch price, could be doable. And then you get monthly passive income. You know, they buy back the token through the profits that are made from the pool, and then those tokens are distributed to big holders. So that's an interesting idea. Yeah, so they're my two bonus ones. Like I say, this one is launching tomorrow, so it'll be an interesting one. It could just flatline. And AVA Launch yet to be announced. So, but that's it from me, guys. Listen, check out Copy My Crypto. Remember, guys, anyone that's actually a member, please make sure you're checking your emails so you're not missing whenever I'm talking about a new coin that I've traded. And like I said, you know, the last 3 weeks have been good. You know, 3x, 2x, fairly happy with that. I think there's still a lot of room for a couple of those to run. And the one yesterday, I'm quite excited to see how that gets on over the next couple of weeks. So if you're not a member, check it out. The link is in the description. But that's it from me, guys. Hope you're all having a good Easter weekend. Make sure you're spending some time with your families and having some fun. And yeah, take care and stay safe, guys.